Good day, everybody. Today we're going to talk about one investment, if I can call it that, currency called cryptocurrency. For the past months, there are lots of people who keeps on suggesting in my website, in my channel, invest in cryptocurrency. I made millions, I made this, I made that. To a point that they even showed what I believe to be fake testimonials from people saying cryptocurrency is good, invest money in, put money into cryptocurrency and such. That's what we're going to talk about. I'll tell you what I think about it. Stay with me. Cryptocurrency has gained so much popularity that it was started with Bitcoin, and then now there are all different kinds of cryptocurrencies. What is cryptocurrency? Well, maybe I should show you, when I was researching this thing, what I saw on the website. This way it will add credibility to what I believe in. It says here, what is crypto? Cryptocurrency is sometimes called cryptocurrency or crypto is any form of currency that exists digitally or virtually and uses cryptography to secure transactions. Cryptocurrencies don't have a central issuing or regulating authority, instead using a decentralized system to record transactions and issue new units. So, for example, if I'm one person and I told the other person, hey, I want to buy that item and here's a payment. What is that? It's a piece of paper. It's worth so much. And you accepted it, that becomes a transaction, right? So you're holding this piece of paper, the person who received the paper. No one guarantees that piece of paper. No one audits that piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. If you remember in the 60s, there was so-called pet rock, for those people who have gone through that era. Pet rock. Somebody got a rock worth 1 penny and sold it for $4. And everybody started buying this pet rock. It's not worth anything. Nothing. But people thought, hey, this is going to be a collector's item. It became a fad. So obviously he became a millionaire, right? He sold a lot. At the end of the day, this thing is worth nothing. I was surprised. In fact, at Amazon today, it's still selling for about $29. At Amazon. Okay, so, and some people are still buying it. So, the worth of this crypto is dependent on how much confidence you have. Once people lose their confidence, it goes down the drain. Who's responsible for it? No one. It's just floating out there. You're given a certain account number or transaction number, whatever you call, and you put it in your wallet, digital wallet, that is, okay? So you own so many of crypto, and I think, when is it? Today, it's worth about $29,000. Don't quote me on that, but it's just my recollection. It's worth $29,000. To me, it's highly risky. If you invest in gold, you're holding a piece of gold that's worth something. If you invest in US dollars, well, US dollars, just like cryptocurrency, that one is just a piece of paper, right? But it's guaranteed, backed up by the United States. And US is not like one little island, okay? It's a huge country. So there is something that backs it up. Cryptocurrency is just a digital thing, okay? Now, this thing picked up when Tesla bought some, but then it dropped when they decided to get rid of it. The demand, the confidence of people using this cryptocurrency is what is important and what will drive its value. Now let's continue on. Is it good to invest in crypto? Cryptocurrency may be a good investment if you're willing to accept it as a high-risk gamble, which could pay off. It's a gamble. It's a speculative thing. I don't consider it an investment. Okay? But also, there's a strong chance you could lose all your money. Prices of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, have been falling in 2022 amid a worldwide crypto price crash. Now, you cannot say, oh, who's responsible for this? Let me go to, let's say, Google or Amazon, because they're the ones who issue this. Nobody knows who's issuing this thing. Nobody, okay? Why Bitcoin is falling down today? BTC, that's Bitcoin, is currently about 35% down from its all-time high record. The current drop is due to Bitcoin miners liquidating their holdings as mining has become less profitable in recent times. We may see volatility in the market for some more days. Edul Patel, co-founder and CEO of crypto investment platform Mudrex, said. Now, let me tell you something. I invested in a mining company, but I only invested $200 because I just want to see and observe what the fluctuation is. In 3 months, gone. My $200 is gone, but it's only $200. Charge it to education because I wanted to know and I wanted to observe fluctuation and such. It went until it's wiped out. How anonymous is Bitcoin? There's a name, it's a pseudonym, it's called Satoshi Nakamoto, had presented the currency as anonymous. Okay, so that's just a given name. For Bitcoin transactions, buying, selling, sending, receiving, etc., users employ pseudonyms or addresses alphanumeric cloaks that hide their real identities. What's attractive about this is that when you make payments, when you do investments and such, and you use Bitcoin, your name is not associated with it. So the Internal Revenue, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, they will have no record of this transaction that you're going through. That is what makes it attractive. My concern is, will the United States allow this? They're keeping things under control when it comes to money laundering, people not wanting to pay taxes by not showing or hiding what their income is, and trading in cryptocurrency is going to do exactly that. And I don't think the US is going to allow that. So my feeling is it won't be too long when it's going to be controlled or regulated, meaning the government will get in and say this thing is illegal. And I also heard before that they were planning to come out with their own cryptocurrency, but I don't know how popular that's going to be if it's not going to be a secret, meaning if its transaction is being tracked by the US government or by any government for that matter. Is crypto real money? Cryptocurrencies are digital assets people use as investments and for online purchases. You exchange real currency, real dollars, to buy coins or tokens of a certain kind of currency. Craft a harder working money plan with a trusted financial pro. Financial pro. Well, even financial pros like Elon Musk and some known investor like Warren Buffett, they could be mistaken. They could be wrong. They may invest into this. I think Warren just invested money, put some money into crypto, but he could change his mind. Now, is cryptocurrency legal? Is cryptocurrency legal? Those who held their crypto on the exchange were left with little recourse. Cryptocurrency is not legal tender anywhere in the United States, so nobody is forced to accept crypto and isn't backed by government or central bank. Its value is based largely on demand. I would say confidence rather than demand. There has got to be confidence first, then the demand has got to be there for the value to go up. But without confidence, the demand is never going to be there. So, do you trust whatever this digital currency is? Is crypto taxable? You're required to pay taxes on crypto. The IRS classifies cryptocurrency as property, and cryptocurrency transactions are taxable by law, just like transactions related to any other property. Taxes are due when you sell, trade, or dispose of cryptocurrency in any way and recognize a gain. Technically, that is the correct definition. That is true. But how can the IRS track it down when that is one of the features of cryptocurrency transactions? Nobody will know. In fact, countries with controlled currency, foreign currency restriction, this is one way of hiding it and sending your money elsewhere. This is a good way to move money or own money when you are a smuggler. It's hidden. So this is what cryptocurrency is all about. And because I have no recourse and I don't know who to go after, if something go wrong, you might say, gee, same thing if you invest in IBM and IBM falls apart. Well, but at least there is that IBM you can run after. What happened? If you liquidate it and there are some proceeds, you can get money. There is control. There is a controlled environment. Okay? Crypto, completely invisible. Nobody is responsible for managing cryptocurrency. That is what makes me feel uncomfortable about it. Let's talk about this Nakamoto. It says Nakamoto has never revealed personal information when discussing technical matters, though has at times provided commentary on banking and fractional reserve banking. On his peer-to-peer foundation profile as of 2012, Nakamoto claimed to be a 37-year-old male who lived in Japan. However, some speculated he was unlikely to be Japanese due to his native level use of English. Well, this is exactly what I'm saying. This person, although a person created this, it will not just exist with nobody creating it. But he is not known. The name Nakamoto is just a given name. But it's completely secret and nobody is going to be responsible for it. Would you give your money to someone who you don't know who's responsible for it? That is my biggest problem with this. Now, will I suggest that you do not invest in this? Will I? No. Because this thing could really pick up. One encouraging thing is there was a government move. I can't remember who said it. They conducted a study about this cryptocurrency. And the recommendation was, well, instead of fighting cryptocurrency, why don't we support it? Instead of inventing our own, the US government now, inventing our own cryptocurrency, why don't we just use what is already existing, maybe fine-tune it or do something about it, and adapt it? When I heard that, I said, oh, this is encouraging. This could very well be a start of something. So I started watching it again. And so far, of course, nothing has been done. Something has been said. Controls need to be put in place. This is to get the confidence of the investors to invest in it. So I don't really know what is going to happen. Now, I invested another $200. This is different from the one I lost, just to see the market fluctuation. And I'm going to observe this over time because I don't want to miss out on anything. Why not? If I start seeing something really going fast, maybe I'll put some money in, but I'll be quick to pull it out also. But for now, what I can say to you is, do not invest any more than what you can afford to lose. And for many retired people, that will not be much. Of course, if you're very wealthy, you're very rich, you have a lot of spare money that you can afford to lose, sure, put the money in. Put the money in. You never know. You might miss out. But at least if you're hurt and you lose that, you're not really hurt because you can afford to lose it. That is what I would recommend. But do not just jump into it just because somebody said, oh, I became a millionaire. Oh, you're lucky. People who first got into it, like this Nakamoto guy, became billionaires. Yeah, became billionaires. But now that the value is all the way up here, don't jump into it unless you really study it carefully and you know what you're doing. And I don't know at this time how much study you can make. I'm looking at some videos and you have these people graphing the chart and look at all this, doing this scientific thing. But you know what? You cannot predict what's going to happen tomorrow. It could drop, regardless of what happened in the history. And it makes them look very knowledgeable. No, I wouldn't trust it. Will I invest in it? Very limited. Until I have confidence in the changes that's going to occur. But based on what I know today, how these values are building up, I'm not going to gamble my money, especially because I don't have much. Okay? But if you're a millionaire and you have a lot of money, maybe you can invest 50,000 here, 50,000 there, you can do it. And this is, again, no different than investing in stocks. But at least in stocks, you know, oh, it's IBM. Oh, if I lose my money, I'm going to sue them. What happened? They'll have to explain, and they have SEC filings and so forth and so on. You lose money on cryptocurrency, who are you going to look at? Nakamoto? Satoshi Nakamoto? Who is he? Where is he? That's just a pseudonym. Nobody is responsible for it. So that's all I can suggest with respect to cryptocurrency. It's interesting. It's good information, but it's something that needs to be observed. Not necessarily something you need to run away from, but I will definitely recommend against putting a lot of money into it unless you can afford to lose the money you put in. Here is a news article on CNN that I'd like to share with you. This is from CNN Australia regarding cryptocurrency.
It's the oldest saying in the book, what goes up must come down. And in the volatile world of cryptocurrency, that's proving to be a brutal truth. Crypto's market value has halved since its peak late last year, hemorrhaging an eye-watering $2.2 trillion. And it's not just crypto geeks whose dreams have been shattered, but also ordinary mum and dad investors sucked in by the hype the currency had gone mainstream. However, while many millionaires have become overnight paupers, cryptocurrency's true believers say, don't worry, the good times will return. The question is, who's brave enough to believe them?
Feel it. I want it all.
Alex Waters is a relative latecomer to the high-tech, hyped-up world of Bitcoin and blockchain. But 2 years ago, the 32-year-old entrepreneur from Perth was finally convinced by his mates that investing in cryptocurrency would be a cruisy ride to riches.
I actually had a friend that owned a couple of hundred Bitcoin back in 2011. So that was the first time I'd heard of Bitcoin, and I knew that there were some dodgy things happening with it. So, you know, really didn't get involved at that point. But yeah, I've had a lot of friends make a lot of money in crypto over the last, 5 to 10 years.
So what was the turning point? When was it that you thought to yourself, okay, I'm jumping in?
I think it was just that fear of missing out. I didn't want to be left behind. That made me jump in, really.
So FOMO was your overriding inspiration.
Yeah, nothing too fantastic, just FOMO. Yeah, I'm a standard human being. I think that's how most of us operates.
How much do you think you've put in cash-wise?
400K.
Wow, and what did it get to at its peak?
I've seen it go up and down, but, at one point I definitely close to doubled my investment.
What's that investment worth now?
I haven't looked at it in a couple of weeks. I've just been taking a break after everything happened.
It sounds like you've got PTSD.
Crypto obviously right now getting crushed.
Erasing more than $200 billion from the entire
Investors
market.
getting jolted by volatility rippling through the crypto
Fearing
world.
they could lose it all.
And I don't know what in the world's going on, so I'm out no mas.
Alex was one of the tens of millions of casualties of last month's devastating cryptocurrency meltdown. Two of crypto's supposedly safest and most popular coins, Terra USD and its sister coin, Luna, went from hero to zero in a matter of hours, sparking a stampede in the wider market that wiped out more than $400 billion in one brutal day of bloodletting. For those of you thinking only nerds and numbskulls get caught up in crypto, well, I have to confess, I'm one of them too. I decided to dip my toes in the water because all my mates were raving about how well they were doing. And look, it was a bit of fun. Within just a few months, I'd more than doubled my money and was thinking, how good is this? That was until the crash came. Within only a few hours, my portfolio flatlined and I just about lost the lot. I'm not alone though. More than 1 million Australians have invested in crypto and the majority have now taken a pretty significant hit, particularly the mum and dad investors who joined at the peak of the hype last year. For the big players, the losses are simply staggering.
See, that guy just got carried away by his friends saying, oh gee, invest in crypto, without really doing his homework and trying to understand what this cryptocurrency is all about. Don't get me wrong, sometimes it's people like this who jump into opportunity without really knowing what they're doing, that they become billionaires. Okay? But there are more people who do this and they become poor. What can I tell you? Of course, the people who become poor are quiet, and the people who become billionaire, they're the ones boasting that, gee, I became a billionaire. Don't get carried away by that, guys. All I'm saying is, do your homework, do your due diligence. If this thing really makes sense to you, go ahead and do it. And since this is speculative, try to limit it to an amount that you can afford to lose. Okay? So please do share this with other people. I hope you like this video. And for people who keep on posting, do this, do that, please, unless you have a real good solid basis other than, oh, I know somebody who became a millionaire, please don't even do that, because people could lose their shirt, and you don't want to be responsible for that. Thanks again for watching. Do share this with other people, and I'll appreciate it if you click like and do subscribe to my channel unless you have already done so. Oh, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you get notified of new postings. God bless, and make it a great day.